Hey guys, time for our daily recaps for today. So on the screen we have EVTV first on the scanner. So this comes up first thing in the morning, and a couple minutes before the 4 a.m. I noticed it's already made a top over here. So I'm like, okay, if we can break over this, my intention was 100 share size to start off, and then I'd progress to 200 after I get some sort of cushion. And I'm hoping, as soon as it comes in, I'm hoping that it starts to take off. And it was a little choppy, but I take my first trade here, and I think I got sold off on my own pretty quickly. I mean, I'd say I didn't feel confident that this trade would work. I mean, I just saw how choppy it was previously, and I was like, I don't know, and it flushed, and I tried to hit the stop loss. Immediately I was already down, basically at my stop loss, and immediately recovered. And as soon as I sold off right here at this candle, right over here, and I got in for an average of 619. I got at 630, and what do you know? It bounces off the 90 EMA. So I didn't even realize that. These are things I have to start paying more attention to, because had I realized, wait, it's bouncing off support off the 90 EMA, this thing is gonna take off. This is above VWAP. It retested the VWAP support. It's gonna take off. Had I held, man, this would have been $100 winner right off the bat. $100 right off the bat. I missed this move straight up over here, and I was like, wow, that was something. I only got about $11 of profit, so I'm like, okay, something is something, but I need to realize that I can use that as reference, as support. And I did it again on EVTV, not EVTV, sorry, on CHEK. I took two types of trades on CHEK. So on CHEK, I took a trade right after EVTV, so we'll go all the way back over here. We'll scroll. Alright. Today was okay. There was actually not that bad. There was a lot of stocks I think you could have made money on today. It didn't seem pretty dull. It didn't. It was, I think after 5 a.m. things got pretty exciting, but I stopped trading before 5 a.m. And why is this not loading? Alright. Okay. Well, that's weird. Anyways. News catalyst on CHEK. I believe they were getting some sort of sponsorship, or not sponsorship, some sort of. They were getting something. I don't know what's going on. Let me try this. Let's see if this works. No, I guess not. Huh. That's weird. Never does that. Anyways, there was news for this, and it was old news, but it broke over VWAP over here, and I saw that. I waited for a pullback. I got in at this entry over here at average 250, and I got out around 259, close to 260, so a 10-cent winner. Same thing, I felt like I sold myself a little bit too short on this trade. This was on 200 shares, so I did get about $20, and I was like, okay, I'm up $30, not bad. I already scaled up in size a little bit, and I missed this move right here. This would have been a great 20 cents. From 259, I missed about, I missed about 20-30 more cents of profit. That could have been like $60-$70 on the day. $80 would have probably, I would have been at $80 of profit after this trade if I held a little bit longer. But the fear was kind of getting to me. I was like, wait, well, what if this just drops? So I was a little bit fearful, because last week there is that seed in mind where it's like, oh, what if this happens? So I was like, okay, I gotta take it slow. I can't just. I'm okay with the profit I took for now, because I want to build a cushion. But on the previous trade, I do need to realize that it is bouncing off that support. That 9 and 20 EMA are very, very important, and I cannot disregard that. I need to learn how to, I need to keep doing that. I need to keep realizing, wait, this is going to be good. Because then once it starts crossing down over, diverging down along with the MACD, I'm noticing that obviously this is going to be a breaking trend. So this is a good reference point right here. Once I think Ross mentioned that as soon as you start to see this diverge and start, splitting apart, that's also a good indication for a really good run up. And my next trade on CHEK. So I was watching CHEK. I had some time. I think it was like 20 minutes of time. I was like, okay, this topped at $3. On the daily chart, I saw that there was resistance at $3 on previous highs on previous day. So I was like, okay, first break of $3. That's what I'm going to be looking for, because the next resistance level was at 348. I want to say I played this really well, because I was watching this and I was paying attention. I was actively paying attention for this break, and I think this made a majority of my profits because I think this is a really good move. Okay, so I got in. I saw this. I'm like, all right, this broke over $3, and I got in. I dipped down. I got in around 298, so 433. So right around here, this red candle. Wait. Yeah, I tried to get in right after this red candle, right over here. I got in just before this thing shot up again, and oh, this is horrible. And I got out that same 10 seconds later, 20 seconds later. I got out the top of this candle right over here. I'm so horrible at drawing the circles. Right over here. And I thought about, here's something else I thought about. I thought about taking a trade off this support right here. I'm like, okay, looks like it's building support. And it went up higher. And then it broke down again. And another support off the 90 MA. And then it made further moves up to $4. And I was like, wow. This is... I'm glad I'm watching this real time. It's okay that I'm not taking a trade. I want to see how this is playing out because this is confirming, okay, I can safely take a trade on these support levels, take profit, wait for it to pull back again on support, and get in again. So this is a good continuation. I feel like it would set me up for once I hit the margin account, I could practice on those continuation trades. Similar to what Ross does. He always, adds here, takes some profit, adds here, takes profit, adds here, and scales up. And I don't know. I think I got a little bit hesitant. I did feel the FOMO, but I was still happy nonetheless. I mean, I got 25 cents of profit. Entry was 298, exit was 323. That was perfect. That put me up on $70 on the day total, and for now. And then my last trade of the day was PRZO. PRZO came out with some news. Let's see if the news headline comes out. Okay, it does. So they had some air defense showcase with the systems, and I was like, okay, Israel, with things going on, all the conspiracy theories with Charlie Kirk and all that, I don't know. I feel like maybe sentiment was strong. I know it's so off topic, but hey, I was like, okay, let me take a trade on this. And same thing, I looked at the daily chart and I was like, okay, it was going to be resistance around 172. I saw that this was starting to form. This was a bit of a riskier trade, I do agree. But I was like, I'm going to go for it because I like penny stocks. I got in 167. I got in at this candle at 442 right over here. I got in right here. And then I sold the top right over here. For a quick, let's see, this is about 5 cents of trade. 5 cents, and they only got me $20 of profit. I was up on 500 shares. I was hoping for further break up towards 180. But there were some previous resistance level around the 180, so I'll show you what I'm looking at. Before I take a trade, I like to look at, okay, what's the potential on this? Right here, this is where I saw, well, let's see, 170, right over here, 176. This is where I saw this level of resistance possibly happening, around 180, 190, before it, goes over $2. But depending on the catalyst, I didn't really think it would make a crazy move, but I was hoping for at least maybe 20 cents. You never know. I mean, this penny stocks can shoot up pretty quickly, but I'd say I took pretty good advantage of this stock, $20 of profit, and it's not the best looking chart. I mean, look at this one. On the 1 minute, it's horrible. 10 seconds, horrible as well. I mean, it's sold off completely. Not the best trade. I would say my cleanest trade was CHEK. CHEK was probably my cleanest trade. And this is my profit for the day. This is my entries. I'll show you right over here. I believe I'm up $97. If this thing can load, yep, $97.34. So it's good. That's exactly what I want. I'm already $30 above my daily goal. And this is already hitting above my average winners on my trader view. And my trader view is showing 87, I think 87, 85. So this is really good. The more I keep pushing this higher and higher, the more my account will start to scale up, and it will be really great once I start hitting into 300 shares and 400 shares size positions. I'm not there yet for the higher price stocks, which for me they would be like $2 to $5 right now. Sticking with the 200. I really think that the best strategy for this week, or for at least today, was definitely to go with the 100 shares, build up some cushion, then just keep going with 200 shares. I'm okay with that. That got me a little bit comfortable, and then hopefully and have more cushion, I can start with the 200 and remain at the 200 and get a little bit more aggressive when time calls for it. But right now I gotta just anchor down, keep my guardrail on with the 100 starter position, and move on to 200. And yeah, I hope you guys did really good today. Not too bad. And let me know what you guys are looking forward to. I'm gonna live stream this Friday morning. Hopefully there's some really good volatility, and hopefully I can. No, I'm gonna profit in front of you guys. I can't not profit because that would suck. But yeah, you guys take care. Have a good day. Take care.